second speaker, Ustazah Norul Haslinda, will share more on how learning activities can be made more meaningful for our children. Ustazah Norul Haslinda Hashim is a mother to 4 young children, of which 3 are current madrasah students. She holds a diploma in Usuluddin from College Ugama Sultan Zainal Abidin, Kuzza, before furthering her Islamic studies at Al-Azhar University. Ustazah Haslinda was an assistant head of education and a life trainer at Al-Istighfar Mosque before working as a freelance trainer, motivator, and tutor. Highly motivated in providing the best form of education and nurturing for her children and students, she holds the personal motto of doing something easy is not worthwhile and doing something worthwhile is not easy. And sehari selembar benang lama-lama menjadi kain. So let us welcome Ustazah Haslinda up to the panel. Ustazah Haslinda, please.
Thank you very much, Afifah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli salatan kamilah wa sallim salaman tammah ala sayyidina Muhammadin alladhi tanhallu bihil uqad wa tanfariju bihil qurab wa tuqda bihil hawaij wa tunalu bihil raghaib wa husnul khawatib wa yustasqal ghamamu biwajhihil karim wa ala alihi wa sahbihi fi kulli lamhatin wa nafasin bi'adadi kulli ma'lumin lak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy and very humbled to be here this morning together with Madam Hania and Ustaz Nuzhan, both who I dearly respect and look forward to learn from them. Okay, let's go straight about how this is a humble sharing for my experience. So hopefully it will be benefit to all of you, inshallah. Okay. Coincidentally, today, 4th November, is our firstborn's birthday, 14th birthday. So it's actually now it has been 13 years journey of Madrasah Entrance Test preparation, and our 4th child took the entrance test this year, 2021. So, mashallah. Having gone through all the preparation for Madrasah Entrance Test, I can say that from my experience, the journey is about both of us, the parents and our child, how we discover our strength and how we face our fears. But the most important thing is that how we manage our expectation of ourselves and our child. Once we manage our expectation, inshallah, things do get better. So bearing in mind that they are only 6 years old when they are going to take the entrance test, for my youngest child, she's born in 20th December. So when she took the test this year, she was only 5 years, 4 months. So because of that, it's very important for us to try to relate everything that they are going to learn for the Madrasah Entrance Test and in everyday life. And I believe in do not wait for the perfect moment, but make that moment perfect. So in the beginning, what we did was we started from young, from babies. We started showing flashcards, and then we said dua before they go to sleep. But the real preparation the real serious preparation is when they went to nursery. I'm going to show you a video. This video is during her early this year. Bismillah. One more time, Husna, one more time.
Fajar al-laku husa an ahwa. I came to play a game with you, but don't blame me or shame me if I said I don't know what game to play. We always play, and what is the name of the game? Bye bye, Haslinda.
Okay, for Husna, my 4th child, her routine because every child is different, so I try my best to cater to their preferred timing and when do they learn best. So for Husna, she will learn in the early morning at 6 a.m. in the morning after she accompanied me to send both her brother and sister under the void deck. She will start at 6 a.m. in the morning until around 8 plus. So that's when she will be in her element. But if I sense she's a bit tired or she wants to play, so then we will cut the session short. How long or how short the session, it will be according to the child. Second preferred time for Husna is after 10 p.m. After all her older siblings went to bed, then she will start, Bunda, I want to learn. So during that time, usually I'm already very tired. So but that's her moment, she wants to learn. So I take a cup of teh tarik and then I will proceed to start teaching her. Okay, so we categorize it into 3 parts. The first part is on the way to school. For my first and second child, during nursery, I send them to school. So during the journey, every day is actually a learning journey. So each time when there's rain, so I will say, okay, now let's recite dua for while it rains. Allahumma sayyiban nafi'a. Ya Allah, okay, please send down beneficial rain. And just to share my experience, because I have 4 children, one of my child, there's a moment of a wake-up call when there's one time when I was putting her to bed, and then she said, Bunda, I'm not clever. You know, when I was actually very tired and sleepy. When she said that, all the tiredness and sleepiness went away, and I said, why do you say that? And then she said, because I cannot read like my friends. That at that point of time, that was in February, 2 months shy before the MET that would be held in April. So I told her, no, you are clever. It's just that I will now, because thank you for sharing your thoughts. I said, every one of us is clever in their own way. So inshallah, from tomorrow onwards, I will spend more time with you. So I discussed with my husband and I decided to bring her out because it was not her fault, because she has 2 younger siblings that I need to take care of and 1 elder brother. So I decided to bring all the worksheets and some learning materials, bring her out. So we went to Coffee Bean. Why Coffee Bean? Because Coffee Bean is the least noisy other than McDonald's and so on. So I just bought 1 drink for her, 1 slice of cake, and then we sit down for 1 hour or 1.5 hours, fully focused on her. We did that every week, not every day, every week. And Alhamdulillah, she managed to catch up. So there was certain time that one of my children, they will feel tired or they will tend to not give up. Let's look at their strength. I always emphasize, if they continue to persevere doing the worksheet, even when it's hard, I will say, it's good. I know that it's hard for you, but you are not giving up. It's your strength. It's good. If you continue like this, inshallah, you will be successful, inshallah. So I remember it, but when I said that, the child did not say anything. But I know that she actually understood that when one day, when she was playing with her other siblings, she said, you know, Bunda said, I do not give up easily. When things are hard, I do not give up. So I'm good. So I said to myself, Alhamdulillah. Okay, we try to make every day a learning process or a learning journey, something that we can relate to. So one of them is that when we went to school by our own, she was learning how to read. So I wrote the word Compassville and I asked her to compare. Is it the same? What is the first letter? Compassville. Okay, so it makes sense to them. There was one time we were learning the letter F, so fish. Every day when we want to go to school, we will pass by my Vanny house. So my Vanny house, there is this one huge menu pasted outside of the restaurant. So I told her, come, let's look. Can you find a word that starts with f? At first she can't because there's so many words. So I narrowed it down to 2 words, fish biryani. So can you find a word? Can you find a word that starts with F? She pointed at fish. So I said, yes, this is fish. So she repeated after me. So since that day onwards, every time you pass by my Benny house, fish. Yeah. And when I also try to incorporate 3 languages, Malay, English, and Arabic. So when there's sun shines, like the picture, I will take photo with her and say, okay, this is shadow. Shh. I said shadow. Bayang-bayang. Zillun. Okay. Sometimes they will repeat after me, sometimes they don't, and it's okay. Okay. Okay, and then at home, because of the restriction during pandemic, we cannot go to the mosque as often as we used to. So what I did was, we built a tent because one of the requirement for MET, the daily dua is dua entering the mosque. So I placed the dua in front and I said, come, let's go inside the mosque and we recite after me. So I will usually recite first and then they will follow. After that, I will just form them. Sometimes when I start introducing my children to Iqra or Qiraati or At-Taysir, sometimes the wording are too small. So what I did was I will rewrite it back on a piece of drawing block, and then I made something like a magnifying glass so that she will be more focused from one word to another. If you can see, there's a stem there. It happened that this year, one of my children, she brought back, she need to plant 2 seeds for her English lesson. So one is basil, another is sunflower. So the basil grew and the sunflower didn't, even though we did the exact same thing. So I said to them, and then they asked, why is it this one grew and this one didn't? So I told them, we can try again, but at the same time, do you know that Allah is Al-Muhyi and Allah is Al-Mumit? Allah who is the one who gives life and Allah who is the one who take away life. And on top is, when I try to incorporate teaching Arabic to my children, I will write down the words and I will ask them to search for the thing. So I will say, I spy with my little eye. Can you find for me Miss Toraton? Okay, so they will go around the house to find the things. My children, they always start learning for MET less than 5 minutes. Usually only 2 minutes. I will call them, come, then let's learn. And then, okay, 2 minutes up, okay, you can go and play. And then gradually, I will increase the session. Okay. If you can see, there are 2 pictures in Arabic for family. Below is the one that I choose and my daughter choose. So for Abon and Umur, so they can relate. Abon is the father, Ukhtun is the sister. But on top of the picture is my son. So he chose all the toys to relate to. So I let him. So he can relate. So Ukhtun is the home character and so on and so on. On my right, I used to use salt to introduce writing. But the first time I tried to use it, my child played with it until it messed things up. So I said to him that, okay, I think we will learn this again later. So after I think the child is more prepared, then I will take out again. So there's many trial and error. And last time what we did was, I will write down all the words. This is for Malay. I will write down 5 to 6 words in Malay that they need to find in the supermarket. And then they have to tick. So I told them, Okay, today you are going to be my little helpers. Okay, find these words. And then what is that? Ayam. Okay, can you find ayam here in the supermarket? Of course, the supermarket trip becomes much more longer than usual. But it really imprinted to them. They can really relate. Okay, this is ayam and this is beras and so on and so on. Okay, below, if you can see, there's a cardboard. So the cardboard is actually for one of my child's birthday present. So I did not throw it away. I make it into a cookie monster. So what happens is that, okay, all the flashcards that the child has learned. Okay, what is this? If she can read correctly, okay, now you can feed the cookie monster. So she just slot the flashcard inside the rectangular mouth. Very simple, but they really like it. Okay. And we try as much as we can to bring our children outside and enroll them in certain activities if time permits. So we always bring them to bookstore or popular bookstore or Wardah books. They really love Wardah books for them to buy books. Each one will buy one book. Even if it is expensive, I will ask them, do you really like this? Yes, then I will buy it for them. So there will be a time for them. Okay, now it's time for reading time. So all of them will read book, even for those who have not yet start to read. And I also, because children are great imitators. So we have to give them something for them to imitate. So I will just take a book and also read. On top, on the right, is where we, one of our favorite places that we like to bring our children to Taman Warisan Melayu. So Taman Warisan Melayu is when they will learn about their heritage. And then there are words in Malay, and then there are words in English, and then certain exhibition, there will be artifacts that will be written in Arabic. There are certain verses of the Quran, and I will relate it to them. But the thing is about children, they will capture our vibes. If we think the exhibition is boring, they will find it boring too. But if we shows that is interesting, is good, they will catch and they will absorb the vibes, even though at first they will not understand. I believe that every child have their own ability. Every child has a door that is locked. So it is up to us as parents to find the to find the key. Because Allah SWT have said in the Quran, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Verily, we have created mankind in the best of form. So we need to find which learning style that suits them, not which learning style that suits us. Because like Albert Einstein said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So that's all for my humble sharing experience. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ustazah Haslinda.